make you good? You're not good. You just know how to hide.
It's like 2 in the morning, gang. I go to Wawa to clean out my car and get some gas, do that, boom. When I leave, it's the police got somebody pulled over on the road in front of Wawa. But they to the left of the light, so I bust a right. I'm like, man, I ain't going over there. Even though Maps telling me to go that way, cause I'm a Maps baby, man. I grew up driving on Maps. That shit keep telling me to bust left, but I'm like, fuck it, I go right. That shit keep telling me flip a bitch, so I end up flipping a bitch. I go back. The police ain't out there no more. Well, I thought they won't. I'm riding. I see a spotlight turn on out the cut. I'm like, damn. I look over there, it's the boys, man. They sitting in the cut. I'm like, fuck, they already got the spotlight on my car. I'm in a stick shift, bro. I'm in a manual. And my car loud as hell. So I jump up to like fourth gear, like hoping maybe that, you know what I'm saying, he might leave
You
me
jump
alone.
on him right from the gate. As soon as you seen him put the spotlight on you, you took off. People don't get this. A lot of times, if you take off immediately and don't
Look,
do
you
that, running
literally
from the police is stupid as shit. You can hurt somebody. You can hurt yourself. Your ass is going to jail. You
you
know,
taking the words out my mouth. No
right?
cap, I put a video out. I said just exactly what you said. As soon as I ride past, I see him hit me with the spotlight. I threw my shit in a second, get the fuck up out of there. It's a ramp to get on the highway right there. So I jump on the highway. I'm thinking he ain't even gonna fuck with me. So boom, I jump on the highway. I see him jump on the ramp with me. I'm like, oh, dude, one of those. So it's a car on the ramp. I go around him. Boom, I go up. I'm on the highway now. I'm probably doing like a ball 20 at this point. That's when he hit his lights. Now I'm just like, yep, it's about to be one of them. So I see a sign that say the ocean front. All I know is you do not want to be down the ocean front. So I
That's
get
right.
off on the very next exit. The light's red. I go straight through. Pretty much right after the red light, it's another red light. It's an intersection of. And as soon as I go in the intersection, I jump on the wrong side of the road thinking that he's gonna fall back. Cause usually when they see you tweak up, like I've been in plenty of situations like this before where allegedly where you know you do some crazy shit, they gonna fall back. Yeah, he kept chasing me. He's on the other side, but he's right there with me. At first, I start to get low on him for a second, but I try to make a turn and it ends up, in the video, because I watched the video 100 times since then. In the video, it doesn't look like a dead end, and I don't know if it's because I was in my rear view so much that when the shit happened, all I remember seeing was a big tall black gate, and there was nowhere to go, so I just flipped a U-turn. You know what I'm saying? That's what I remember from this point. I did go around, and you could hear the cop say on the radio. He say something like, "The suspect is doing donuts around me," but really, I was just trying to get the hell up out of there. Yeah, at one of these points, it's a roadblock coming up. They got police blocking off the road. I can tell they got spike strips out here, or they're about to throw spike strips out here. Coming through there, and he throw the strips. At this point, I'm going pretty fast. Fast enough to definitely hurt somebody if they get hit. But he throw the spike strips. I was trying to swerve around the spike strips. I almost hit him. Um, you know, the spice strips was dragging from I don't know if they was dragging from my tire or whatever, but my tire ended up going flat. I finally found a neighborhood to turn into. I end up spinning out. The police was running down on me at this point, and I'm looking for my gun. I'm trying to find my gun and hop out. Thankfully, I couldn't find my gun. They running down on the car. They like, put your hands out the window. Put your hands out the window. I put my hands out the window. I see it ain't no police over here. I just jump out the window. I put my feet on the seat. I jump straight out the window. I get up. I start to run for a little bit. But they screaming, we police over here. I just jump out the window. I put my feet on the seat. I jump straight out the window. I get up. I start to run for a little bit. But they screaming, we got the dogs. We got the dogs. I got on the ground. I was like, hell no. It won't nowhere to run either. Like I'm looking around. I'm in townhouses. It's like apartments, but they're townhouses, man. It ain't no cuts or nothing. It's just straight apartments the whole way down the street.
Even if it was somewhere to run, you're going to jail. Either way, you're going to jail. You can go to jail without a dog bite on your ass, or you can go to jail with a dog bite on your ass. But either way, you're going.
I didn't know how serious it was for real.
Like when you get
Uh,
locked up, you don't realize how serious, like how much shit you're in.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? I knew it was bad, but like I didn't really realize until how big of a deal they were making it in the police station.
Yeah,
You
you're
know what
going
I'm
to
saying?
prison. This is a
Yeah,
prison trip. This here
yeah,
ain't 5 6 months. This ain't stolen merchandise. This is
yeah.
firearms, high speed chases.
I'm
Like
saying.
you're going to prison.
Yeah, lock. And like I said, Yeah, this shit was so normal to me. I was so desensitized to it. I didn't realize it was that serious, but pretty much instantly in there how big of a deal they were treating it in the police department. I mean, what in the bottom of the jail and downstairs in the jail, it was hella police in there. Everybody, it's like a whole bunch of traffic. They all talking about it, like, and everybody like him over there, like they like it was like a big deal in that jump because it was like, bro, it was like they had like 35 dash cams involved in my case, man. And
Virginia don't play. When they put them people on your ass, this ain't gonna be this ain't think what you want about Virginia. Virginia ain't sweet to begin with. But they not going. It is this ain't gonna be 3-4 cops. You talking? You gonna have state troopers on your ass. You gonna have county cops, city cop, whatever cop it is. They gonna be on your ass.
the next county over, they're gonna be waiting at the county line for
You
your ass.
on. So they lock you up. How much time do you end up doing on that?
I ended up doing like a year, 4 months, or a year, 6 months, some shit like that. I was in the city jail for probably like 8 months, 9 months. Then I was up the road for the rest of that.
Where do they end up sending you? Where's the first camp you touched down? Where do you go to receiving that?
Nottoway. Go straight to
Not
Nottoway.
Nottoway. Where they put you at? You remember where you was at Nottoway? I was in A
Uh,
building, Lower East Side. North.
upper D East or upper no, I was upper C East, I think, or
Yeah,
upper C West.
you was
I
in
can't remember.
yellow.
I was in yellow the first
You was
time.
in
Yeah.
yellow. What you think of
Yeah.
Nottoway? Coming from a jail environment, what do you think of Nottoway?
Boy, oh boy.
I told them a story a couple weeks ago about when I first got there, I had a little junkie celly, right? And nothing against anybody with an addiction, man. I'm not saying the word junkie to put anybody down. I'm just painting a picture of this dude, right? And I told them how we hadn't been in the cell 20 minutes and somebody showed up at the door. I'm talking about at the door. Can you do
Guaranteed.
cash app? Can you do this and that? I'm talking about we ain't even been in the shower yet. When you first get to Nottoway, you stay on lock that first week. We ain't in there 20 minutes and somebody pops up at the door. Did you have shit like that happen when you got to Nottoway?
Yeah, man. No cap. Well, first of all, when you first get there, just the experience of Nottoway is a crazy compound to hit for your first compound. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because it looks crazy, man. It looks like how you would imagine one in your head. It looked like a prison how you would imagine that joint.
Right.
A whole bunch of fences. You know what I'm saying? Whole bunch of the buildings look like project buildings from New
They
York or
do.
something. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Staircase in the front.
Walking up on the compound, you see people up out their windows, like knocking on the windows. Hey, such and such will come with you. They walk you in there. Everybody that's coming into your pod is coming from their respective county jails. It's gonna be 10, 15 people coming from the beach jail, 10, 15 people coming from, you know what I'm saying, Richmond, 10, 15 people coming from some random joint in Bumfuck. So and they choose who your celly is or whatever. Within 5 minutes of the COs walking out the pod after they walked us in, assigned us to our cell, you know,
Yeah.
within 5 minutes of that, we had a cadre pulling up to our door. Knock, knock, knock. Yo, you know what you need, man? I got anything you could ever want in this joint, man. We got the brown, white, whatever. And he look, yeah, what's the cash shop? He got plenty slips of them right there in his
Right in
pocket.
his pocket. Got the slip.
Slide that joint right through the slide, and yeah. And he'll give you a sample too. Yeah, we instantly got some deuce. You know, I never smoked deuce before in my life. At first, I'm like, hell no, man. He's like, bro, I'm telling you, man, just hit this shit. And
And for y'all that don't know, Deuce is K2. It's spice. It's it's
yeah.
all bad. I know dudes that spent their whole bid smoking Deuce.
K2 is research chemicals. It's essentially the same thing as like those fake acids, but they have toned it to how they want to make you feel, so it's more like a weed feeling, man. But it's not just like it's way stronger than weed. I ain't gonna lie
You
to
do
you.
that bitch one time too many, your ass be twacked out doing the kicking chicken on the floor,
Diving head first off the top rack.
crying for no reason, stripping your clothes off, trying to swim across the pod.
Swimming in your own throw up. I done
I done,
seen it, bro.
yeah,
I got some stories.
I done seen dudes let dudes slap them. There's videos
You
online.
just
I've
you
seen
just
it.
reminded me. I'm about to write that down right now. That's a
I've
video idea.
I've seen videos. I've seen them online and I've seen it in person, where dudes are literally doing any and everything you can imagine for that and the strip. Those are two things. That strip too. They gonna chase that strip. That's the Suboxone. How long do you end up staying in Nottoway, and where do you go next?
I was probably there like 2 months. They sent me straight to St. Brad's. Um,
Gladiator. St. Bride's has got that reputation. St. Bride's is it's known for being nothing but youngins and being nothing but gang members.
it's still gangland, But it's a whole lot of chomos in there, man. They're so bad on protecting them.
It's a hate crime if you attack, and this is how twisted shit is, right? If you attack a sex offender in the Department of Corrections, not only are you going to get your level jacked up, right? Not only is you about to sit in a hole, take that long ass bus ride, which hey, it's a sex offender. Who gives a fuck about him, right? Fucking feed them beans. But they're going to then come in from the streets. State police going to come in. They're going to come in. They're going to do an investigation. And they're saying, you know, that 5 years you had, that 3 years you had, that year you had has now got another 5 taxed on top of it.
Yo,
For
5 is
violent.
the number too.
Yeah, 5's the number. That's the number they like to give out here when you hurt somebody locked up. They're going to give you the new 5 for the assault and a hate crime.
I had a situation, man, with the chomos, man. I had a couple weeks where when I hit St. Bride's last time on this bid we was just talking about. When I first hit St. Bride's, I had a couple weeks where I was waiting on my money to hit from Nottoway because you gotta wait for it to get transferred. On my second week with no commissary and shit, and I just see all these, like, I know for a fact they're sex offenders and like child molesters getting commissary. So I'm talking to like 2 of my blood homeboys in there. I'm like, yo, dog, ain't no way that these chomos is about to be eating good in here tonight, and I'm hungry. So he like, shit, what you on? I'm on what you on. Yeah, that's how it started, man. Me and them two just started walking around, bucking chomos bags for like the next hour, man. It's like right after commissary, before lunchtime, you know. They let us out for lunch, and before they let us out for lunch, we had hit this one big dude. When we hit him, everything was getting hot, so I just walked over there and threw my bag. I was like, yo, make sure y'all put shit in my bag. And I pushed off. And so it ended up only being like, because at this point, it's like 4 of us. One of the homeboys that was originally involved with me, and then one of the new dude that started tagging along at the end with us. So they was the ones that stood over there talking to dude the whole time. Me and Rico pushed off immediately. When we first pulled up, one of our homeboys said some wild shit. He's like, "You ever been smacked with what?" He was like, "You ever been smacked by a black man before?" Some crazy shit like that. And he was like, and the dude, he was like, "Man, what do y'all want?" So we just all threw our bags on his lap, like, "Yeah, fill them joints up." Me and Rico pulled off. Next thing you know, we get the shit or whatever. They drop my shit off at my bed. Anyway, we divided it up. We go to chow, but when we leaving the chow, I see the dude we just hit sitting over there all like depressed looking in his cut. And I'm like, I just remember taking note of that. We push out, we go to lunch. We come back, and you know, when you coming back from chow and shit, it's a lot of traffic moving around at the front of the pod, in front of the bubble. I see dudes that he walks up and he stands like right in front of the bubble, man. The bubble's like at ground level in St. Bradley. It's like right there, and it's a big tinted window. You can see in if you get up close to it, but they can see straight out clearly. He walks straight up to that joint and he takes a razor and he goes like this. He got a razor in his hand. He starts going like this. And I'm like standing over here somewhere. I'm watching him. I noticed when he first starts doing it, I'm like, what the hell? What is he doing? And now, like, people are starting to notice him because he's standing there and everybody's walking around right here. So he's sitting there cutting himself. Everybody's like, yo, chill out, bro, chill out. And he's like, and he puts it on his neck and he gets to cutting his neck and the blade like skips out and he like scratches himself. It was only a deep cut like this far. So then he goes back to hit it again. And by this point, the police is running in there and shit. And so he only gets like halfway through on the second one too. The police grab him. They got his hand restrained. He still got the razors. They grabbed the razor and shit. And as they're pulling him out, I remember he lifted his head up one time and like blood was like, I was like, oh shit. I'm like, dude, that's about to check out. And not check out the pod. I mean, check out the earth. Like, so,
Turn his TV off. For y'all to feel bad right now, that's a sex offender.
right.
Like, if you're over here thinking you can get sympathy for them dudes and
Yeah,
dudes that out here preying on somebody, you on the wrong channel, man. We don't fuck him.
Yeah, fuck. Yeah, hell no. I'm not with none of them.
So all this, everything you just talked, and let me say this, that's crazy. I just seen some wild antics to get up off the pod. That's a little drastic. He could have just acted like he was gonna do it, and they came and got him.
He
so
did
they actually go through with it, like
he did.
I don't know if he was trying to check up out of there, or he was like, I'm just.
No, it was definitely a police move. I think he really wanted to do it, but he was scared to do it, so he did it in front of the booth so somebody would save him.
So you finish your time up, right?
Yeah, finish my time up.
Come home,
Yeah.
you're free.
All right.
You got a chance to get it right. You got to just watch the man try to saw his head off with a razor blade. You would think that would deter you, but there's more. How's coming home?
Well, The ATF had been investigating this for a couple years, unbeknownst to us. So at this point, the literal like the alphabet boys, not the city police, not the state police, like ATF kicked in our crib like 3 times. Well, they kicked in our man's crib and then they kicked our crib in twice. All my homeboys, like my day, like every day, who I live with, they're getting picked up, and the feds is kicking in the house out. The house I was living in when I got locked up, the feds are kicking that in. They took like 9 guns first time, like 7 guns the second time, then like 4 guns the third time. And they're hitting back to back, bro. These is like a month apart.
A lot of people going to jail too.
No cap, nobody is going to jail, gang. Nobody's going to jail. They keep taking all of our guns. And one time they found some weed, they took some weed. But you know, it was legal in Virginia at the time. I think you were allowed to have like 2 pounds in the house or something.
How are they taking the guns and no? Because people are going to ask, how are they taking these guns and nobody's going to jail? These ain't stolen guns. These are all registered firearms. Like
They're all right. So I ain't gonna say they registered, but the way the gun laws in Virginia work, well, the way they used to work, they've changed a little bit now. But the way the gun laws in Virginia used to work, as long as you didn't have no felonies, you could have a gun. It didn't matter where that thing came from. As long as that gun wasn't reported stolen, you could carry that gun open carry. Anybody can have any gun, and these guns don't have to be in anybody's name. And you just go in the store and buy one. As long as you're 21 with no felonies, you can go in there and buy one, and you could hand it. You can give it to your homeboy if you want. It wasn't a felony back then. All you had to do was sign the gun over on a piece of paper, and as long as he kept that piece of paper, it was a completely legal transaction.
and you got a lot of straw purchases. You got people that send other people in. I know that's always been a big thing when I was younger and just in the streets in general. Was I
And
can't
that's
go get it, but I got somebody I can give $100 that'll go in there and get me whatever I want.
say right.
Anything you can get, I can get. I just got to add $100 on top of it. Not now. I'm saying if that was the scenario, that was the case, and I needed to get a gun, it could happen. You go in, and I'm gonna tell you what it is, and I'll see you in the car.
When they first kicked the crib, they was looking for switches. They were looking for automatics, but we didn't have any in there. So they took all our guns, saying that we're gonna run ballistics on these guns, see if they've been used in any shootings, to see if they've had any switches put on them. This time is where they're changing the law to make it where what I just said was legal. This is around the time where they're making that illegal. Yeah, basically one of the guns came back to somebody's name. So they went to that person, asked, why is this gun in this house? And basically that person dropped it off, which sparked an even deeper investigation. All right, let's see what they're actually doing. First it was for the buttons, and then it was like, all right, wait. We just took 9 guns out of this house. What is going on for real? So now they start doing a thorough investigation, and that's when they kick it in a second time. This whole time, my guys ain't knowing, like, they're literally sitting on our house in undercover cars, like, with video cameras, like, doing surveillance. I'm coming home in the midst of all this. By the time I come home, the third time they kick the crib, they're looking for my homeboy. I ain't gonna put his name up there, but he's the one that's in the feds right now. They looking for him, but he's not at the house. Long story short, they end up getting him. He locked up for, like, 4 or 5 months. I come home while he's still in the state, while he's still sitting in the city jail, fighting it in the state. I'm home for, like, 2 months. Basically, he go to court and they drop his shit, and you know that's not a good sign. The feds picked it up. That was like a Wednesday. It was either that Friday or that Saturday. Is the day I got locked up. You know, like I said, this whole time I'm living in the same house that's been kicked in by the ATF 2 times. When I come home from St. Bride's, we went to the 7-Eleven right next to St. Bride's, got out, and I got my car. He handed me a gun and a blunt within me being out of prison 5 minutes, literally. Like, I've been out of prison 5 minutes before I had a gun on my hip and a blunt in my mouth. And I come home to this situation, and the feds just kicked our house in twice. Like, so we not even moving hot for real. We don't got 100 guns in this bitch. We're not selling no guns. We're not buying no new guns. We're not doing no hot shit. Telling me, like, bro, no cap, like, this shit kind of scary. Like, bro, they showed my little brother, because, like, my mama's son, like, my real little brother, he was living there too. Like, he's part of the clique too. But he was there both times they raided. He like, bro, they showed him pictures of him holding chops, him walking out the front door with chops in it, like, and they never knew anybody was watching them. Like, they realized surveilling them. But I don't know if they're gonna do it no more, because they already got what's his name. You always hear people say, like, I knew about it, but I didn't think it would ever happen to me. We had a gas station across the street from our crib, right? We stand out these apartments. We had a gas station across from our crib. I walk across the street to get a pack of cigarettes. No cap, I walk to the store 4 or 5 times a day for real. This store is damn near my kitchen. It's right across the street. Like, I can 20 feet away damn near. But it's a big street. It's across Lynn Haven, which is a big road in Virginia Beach. I go get my pack of cigarettes and I had a Glock 19 on me. You know, I got this gun because, like I said, over the past however many years, I done made a lot of enemies, you know? So
And you
I'm,
ain't been gone that long. They still around. It
yeah,
ain't
a
like
lot.
you left for 5 years, 10 years. You only
Right.
been gone 16 months or so. These dudes are still out there.
Right. Really, it was kind of like I was longer than that, going longer than that, because I did like the 6 months. Then I was
Oh,
going
right,
home
right,
for
right,
20 days. Then I
right,
went back for like the year and some change.
right.
So then now I'm home. I've been home for about 2 months at this point. I go to the store, and as I'm leaving, no cap, as I played this shit back in my head, you know, I like you do when you get in the
A
jail.
million times.
So when I'm walking out the store, and because I have my shit on concealed, because I'm a felon now. I got this shit. This is my first felony case. So, you know, now I'm a felon, so I gotta walk around with this shit concealed. I gotta hide this bitch.
Before you had it out in the open.
Yeah, I
You
used to
wanted it
walk
to be
around with an ARP in my pants, literally, like seriously, walk around with a Drake or an ARP like in my hand. At all, like I hop out the store with the gun in my hand, like That's how I lived 24/7 before I went to prison. So, boom, I'm leaving the stove from getting my cigarettes, and I see the truck back into a parking space at the back of the parking lot, and it's got tinted windows. So I'm looking, but I'm not paying it too much attention. You know, just walk past it, and I go across Lynn Haven. The way our apartments is, the back of our apartments is at the street, and to get to the front door, you gotta go into the neighborhood. And so you go into like this and then just turn around. That's our front door. We're like the second door down right there. So boom, I'm walking on the sidewalk behind the apartments, right? I see him flip a U-turn. So now I get the clutch of my gun, I move it to the front. So now, but it's still like underneath, you know, it's like summertime, but I got a hoodie on too. But so now I got my gun in my hand, but it's in my pants. I'm walking down the sidewalk looking at the truck, like, what the hell they about to do? They flip a U-turn. I'm like, oh shit. And they pull up to the curb real fast. And you know, like I said, the lifestyle I'm living, I'm thinking it's somebody trying to get at me. So I instantly whip out my gun. You know, by the time I'm drawing down on the car, the headlights start flashing blue and
Oh
red.
shit.
And just to tell you what kind of car this is, bro, this is a Harley Davidson Ford pickup truck, bro. And if you've never seen one of those, look them up. Like a 2000, like an early 2000 Harley Davidson Ford pickup truck. Like it looks like a regular civilian truck, bro. They pulled up. I seen the headlights get to blinking. Like I'm up in the blink on the car. The headlights get to blinking. I'm like, what the fuck? And next thing I know, they bailing out the car. Andrew Morrison, put the gun down. Put the gun down. I mean, as soon as they jumping out the car, I'm not even. When they're saying that, I'm not looking at them no more. As soon as they hopping out the car, I was gone. I was gone on their ass. But I just remember thinking, like, bro, no way, bro. Like, no way this is
Two
happening,
months.
bro.
2 months after being out.
2 months. I'm like, no, and just the way it happened, bro, it was like some movie shit, bro. They jumped out a regular car on me. It turns out they've been watching me the whole time I've been home. They already knew who I was. They had it in mind that I played a bigger role in all this shit that was going on than I really played. I ain't have nothing to do with nothing they had going on when I was locked up. But they're thinking we're in this group and we, you know what I'm saying, that we all got to do with what's going on. I don't know nothing they got going on. I was locked up. So yeah, when I come home, they instantly get to watching me, expecting me to instantly get shit shaking again. When they jump out, I immediately turn. I start running to it. It's a big fence right here, so I run towards the fence. But it's a privacy fence that's so high, I know I can't jump it without him snatching me off that joint. So when I get to the fence line, I'm running down the fence line, and I got the gun in my hand still at this point, and I just know I got to get rid of this joint because I know like I'm probably about to get caught because he's right behind me. So I take that jump and I throw it as hard as I can over the fences. And I'm running, the fences get shorter right there. So I go to try to jump the shorter fence. As I'm jumping the fence, dude try to grab me and I fall over the fence. I get hung up on my pants. So I get to kicking out my pants. I come up out my pants the whole time he's screaming, he's got a gun, he's got a gun. This part, I feel like I should have fought the case because if you saying you see me throw the gun way back here, why the hell is you saying I got a gun right here? So anyways, I get up, I run. It's another fence, but it's a small fence. I jump that fence. At this point, I hear him say taser, 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 and I look back. It's like three cops right there at this point, and like one of them trying to jump the fence, and two of them are on the other side of the fence trying to shoot tasers at me over two fences, like damn near all the way half across somebody's backyard. They shoot the jump. One of them hits me in the stomach. One of them hits me in the leg. Knocks my ass on the ground. face plant, full blown sprint. I don't know how them things work, but I think they work like you have to press a button to shock them. When they go to jump the fence, they stop shocking me. So I wrapped the cord around my wrist and I yanked that shit out and I jumped up and I got to running again. So now I'm on my street. So now I'm running down my street, down my court towards my front door. I'm limping. I can barely run, but I still got a little lead on them.
And you ain't got no shoes on.
No shoes. I'm running in the rock. Like, this is like a hood road. Like, this is a messed up road. Right before I get to my door, man, my leg just gives out of nowhere, dog. I hit the ground hard as hell. So, like, I jump up and try to go in my door, and he fucking tackles me through my front door and shit. They handcuffed me. They sit me on the curb for a minute. It take them like an hour and a half to find the gun. I keep saying, where'd you throw the gun? I'm like, bro, I don't know what y'all are talking about, bro. I did not have a gun.
I pulled a gun on them and you still saying I didn't have no gun.
Hell yeah, deny. And that's what I kept saying. You ain't see me with no gun. I don't know what you seen, but you ain't see me with no gun.
That shit didn't just happen. Got you on body cam, dash cam, and I saw you with these eyeballs that work.
I'm sitting on the curb, and he been talking to me this whole time, but I'm not saying nothing to him. I'm like, yo, look, dog, I will tell you whatever you need to know if you let me hit one of them cigarettes. He takes me to the back of the car, and he puts a cigarette in my mouth, lights it for me and everything. Boom, I'm smoking that shit, and he's like, man, where is the gun? And I'm like, bro, I don't know what you're talking about. I never had a gun. I'm like, bro, how much you want to bet you don't find a gun? You're not gonna find a gun, bro. I did not have a gun. You're gonna feel stupid. Like, I'm sitting there telling him that while I'm smoking a cigarette. And next thing you hear somebody got it. Yeah. He walking up, he got that shit in a plastic bag, the slides locked back, the clips in the bag and shit. I'm saying, what the fuck is that? Yeah, then they took me into the interrogation room, kept asking me where I got the gun, and I'm like, bro, I don't know where y'all got that gun, bro. I never touched that gun, and that was not my gun. And they ended up taking me to the jail.
What do you end up getting booked for? What do they book you for? What are your charges?
Felon in possession of a firearm, reckless handling of a firearm, obstruction of justice, and concealed weapon, second offense.
So now you're back in the jail, man. Back in the bullshit. The jails out here get live. When I mean they get live, like shit goes down in the prisons, but shit goes down in the jails too. Like I tell everybody this. If you can say you went to prison out here or jail numerous times and didn't get into a fight, didn't get into no type of fight, you was either scary, you was copping deuces.
That's the only way you're gonna get away with that. You're not even buying commissary, like you know.
Let people talk to you crazy because people gonna say shit
just to see.
You address it or you don't address it. And if you don't address it, the next thing you'll do is show up at your door for your bag. I'd rather fight because after you fight and you do it a couple times and dudes know you're gonna fight, they're gonna go fuck with somebody else. And other dudes that fight as well are gonna flock to you. You're gonna form a little circle of dudes in there once they realize you're solid.
And that's what I be telling people in my comments about like the VA versus Cali shit. Like, bro, y'all's politics would not work here. No, they wouldn't. They wouldn't. For one, there's not enough white people to even have a real white car, except on some like, bro, you're in, especially in the city jails, like especially like in Tidewater, bro. There's gonna be a lot of instances where you're the only white boy on the pod, bro. Like the only one. What kind of white car are you gonna have, bro?
Things have been the way they are in VA and the East Coast forever. Just like the politics in Cali, that shit was put into place. You're talking 50, 60 some years ago when the races was bumping heads and they was trying to figure out how to kind of, everybody hold each other down so they don't have to worry about being extorted and all that. We don't have none of that out here. If your ass comes in and you're weak, there is no white car that's going to come save you. Like if you come in and you look like something to eat, you're either going to put on, you're going to fight, or you're going to get shit taken. It's that simple.
And that's exactly what I be telling you. I said, bro, the only thing motherfuckers in Virginia respect, bro, is gangster, bro. You're going to have to show your gangster, bro.
Violence. They're not going to believe you till you do something violent.
You're going to have to stand on that business, bro. You're going to have to. And that don't mean winning a fight. That might mean getting beat the fuck up. But you got to stand on that business, man.
Because you're going to lose. I love when guys say, I've never lost. I'm like, well, I salute you. You are animal thug, or you are picking your fights. You can go undefeated if you pick your fights and then turn down the ones that you know you was going to get your ass beat in. You just finish up your first bid. You come on for 2 months. You catch a new gun case. You going back to prison. How much time do you end up catching on this one?
3 years. They was talking about giving me 4 years for the case, 3 years, 10 months for my good behavior violation because I was on good behavior for the first shit.
You end up going back to Nottoway? You hit Nottoway again?
Yeah.
Where do you go when you leave Nottoway?
From St. Bride's. I was up St. Bride's for like 2
You
months.
go back to St. Bride's. So it's the same. So you just did the same trip that you did last time. You went from Nottoway to St. Bride's. This time you go from Nottoway back to St. Bride's. I know you saw people up there you was with before that was like, man, you got to be fucking kidding me, man. You not back. You not back.
People was mad. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, they was mad. You went home, smoked cigarettes. You was with the girl, and you went home.
But you also know how that shit go. A lot of motherfuckers excited to see you at the same time. They first see you, there ain't no way, man. All right, so when I get to St. Brad, somebody put a bad bone on my name.
A bad bone is when somebody says something that looks fucked up to everybody else. That's usually not true. He's saying people lied on his name. Some shit got started behind him.
In VA, bro, you know, white boys generally, especially white boys like me, generally get looked at as goofy. So everywhere I go, I have to prove myself. So anyway, when we get to receiving, I'm on a pod. I'm in 340. And don't nobody in this pod know me for it. It's a couple people in here from the jail that know me, but nobody knows me in this pod. You feel me? When we go to chow, the first chow is at like dinner. Well, on the way back from chow, like 3 dudes pull up on me like, hey, yo, you such and such brother? I'm like, yeah. They're like, yeah, goddamn, you told on my man such and such. I'm like, what? I'm like, bro, I ain't never heard that name in my life, gang. I don't know who you talking about. That is not me. Y'all got me fucked up. They like, no, that's definitely you, gang. That's definitely you. Like, ooh. I'm like, bro, y'all got me. And at this point, we walking in the building. You know what I'm saying? They're like, no, that's definitely you, gang. Like, bro, they're like, yeah, bro, we gonna need 50% of everything. Half your food, half your drugs, half your everything you get. And at this point, like, we walking into the dorm part of the pod now, like, we starting to get back towards the back of the pod. I'm like, yeah, bro, I'm not giving y'all shit. Y'all got me fucked up. I don't know who the fuck y'all think I am, but y'all got it fucked up. Y'all need to go ask somebody about me. I was like, my name is Andrew Timothy Roy Morrison. My number is 1812456. I don't know nobody named Trebo. You got me fucked up. And it was like, what? So what, you want to fight about it? I was like, bro, y'all can do whatever y'all gonna do about it, but y'all not taking nothing from me. Y'all got me fucked up. Fast forward, now the little rumors start going around the pod and shit. So now people on the pod looking at me funny. The only people that's fucking with me is people that I've known for some time and shit. Go to breakfast the next morning. Literally, meanwhile, bro, my real little brother's up here. Like 3 of my day one homeboys, like people I real life know. My mans that was there with me when I got the person that was in the house when I got locked up, the person who sold me the gun that I was locked up for was on St. Bride's. Like, bro, it's so many people up here that really know me, and these people on this receiving pod, they not knowing who I am. Like, bro, you hit this compound and ask about me, they gonna tell you, like, you know what I'm saying? So, they're not knowing this, though. They not knowing who the fuck I am. They just thinking I'm some goofy-ass little white dude that told on somebody, because that's what they heard. Next day, we hit the compound. So now, this is the first time we actually on the compound. As soon as we come out for breakfast, early morning, bro, my brother is walking right past our door. And he's like, bitch, I knew you came with this shit, man. Bitch, like, go give him a hug and shit. You know, I ain't seen him in like fucking a year and a half, 2 years at this point, you know. So we walk to the chow hall, and we just catching up on regular shit. I completely forgot about that shit. But by the time we get to the chow hall, I'm telling them what the hell unfolding and shit. I'm like, bro, they trying to say I told, gang. He like, what? He like, bro, what the fuck they trying to say you told on? Like, what? I'm like, bro, they trying to say I told on the gun case. They like, the one you locked up for? I'm like, yes, gang. He like, bro, you know, like, cuz up here with us right now, gang. I'm like, man, stop playing, bro. Like, so I'm like, in my head, I'm like, oh, that shit about to be that easy. It's about to be that easy. You feel me? Like, we about to just go get him. We about to 229 over here. Like, yo, what is y'all talking about, bro? He got the gun from me. It's that simple, right? It should be that simple. Where's the paperwork? Who's saying this and where's the paperwork? It should be that simple, really. It should be, where's the paperwork? I'm like, oh, all right, we are locked in. We gonna do that after lunch. We find out he was a chomo, like a real bad one, like a little kid joint. Just cracked his ass. Boom. Go get our knife, because our knife's in the bathroom. My little bro was in a fight with like 3 more Muslims. We got like 7, 8 Muslims jumping us. Said your points are too high for you to be housed anywhere except for level 5. For getting beat up, essentially, for real. Yo, man, what the hell you doing in the cell with a black man? I in my head thought I would, you know, crib. He shot that gun over my head numerous times. Man, I'm from the trenches, bro.